The Almighty gave us His word so that we could improve our lives every single day. It's a daily walk and it's a journey. And on this journey, we're going to get challenged. We're going to have things hit us, and it's sometimes going to stop us in our tracks, and it's going to stun us. And sometimes it's going to make you stumble. Sometimes it's going to make you fall, but it's never to destroy you. So let's talk right now about concentrated effort and making constant improvements, because that's what the scriptures are all about. In 2 Kings chapter 12, we can read about a king, King Joash. This man noticed that the temple was it was in disarray. It was falling apart. He took it upon himself. He took the initiative to start to improve the temple. See, in 1 Corinthians 6, verse 19, it says that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. There's a connection between your mind, your body, and your soul. I understand that a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to take care of my body because it's vain. But I'm telling you that the better that you take care of your body, the better that you're going to be taking care of your mind and your soul. Because there's a difference between just vanity and progress, and actually making progress and having concentration in an area of your life that you want to make an improvement in, and going for it and going all in, not holding back and just pushing forward. See, the temple of the Almighty, it should have never been left defiled. It should have never been left unclean and tore up and in disarray. There was a whole priesthood it was their job to make sure that the temple was constantly taken care of. And if you really believe that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, then why wouldn't you try your best to take care of yourself with the gift that our great Father in heaven has given you, to take care of yourself and to take care of your mind and to take care of your spirit and to lean into Him and to seek Him? I believe that as God's people, we have a mission, we have a calling. And part of that calling and part of that mission that He has given us is that we're supposed to live our lives with the spirit of excellence inside of us. And in order to live with the spirit of excellence, it comes down to a focus and a concentration on getting a little better every day. Just like we talked about earlier, why would God give us His word in the first place? Because it's instructions. It's because we're on a journey. It's because we have to learn. It's because there's things that we need to do. It's because we're not perfect. Because the thing is, like, everybody wants to just say, oh, well, God made me perfect just the way I am. If that's the case, then you've already finished your journey. You have nothing left to live for. I'm trying to tell you that there's so much more inside of you that the Almighty wants to bring out. He wants you to be doing something. He wants you to live a purpose-filled life. And you're not going to do it by believing that you just have arrived. I believe about myself, I've never arrived. I'm always working on improvement. And that's in every area of your life. There's improvements that you can be making. You know that you can become more loving. You know that you can have more patience. You know that you can work on your faith. All of these areas of your life that you can make improvements on. But so many just give up. And I'm saying that doesn't need to be you. You don't need to give up. You don't need to think that you've arrived. Because when you're thinking that you have arrived, that is just pride. That's just pride. It's just like this. There's the story of two men. This man over here has a massive tree. It's so huge, and he's going to cut this tree down with an axe. And his neighbor next door to him, he has a tree as well. He's going to cut down a tree with his axe. Both of these men have similar property, and they have other similar trees on the property, big, massive ones. This man over here takes his axe, and every day he's swinging at this tree in the same place, and as you would expect, he's getting a bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger cut out of this tree. And it continues to every day, and day after day, he's working on dropping this massive tree, because in his mind he's thinking, I'm going to cut this tree down. I need this tree to be cut down. It has to be done. Now his neighbor next to him, he goes out with his axe and he takes a couple chops at his tree, and then he thinks to himself, oh my goodness, there's another tree that I need to go and chop on. That tree needs to come down more than this one. So he goes over and he starts chopping a couple chops on that tree. And then he says, oh no, wait a minute, that other tree really needed to be done. So he goes back to that one and he takes a couple chops at it. All of a sudden, he's completely lost his focus, and he doesn't even realize that he's just going around and chopping on all these different projects, and he just marred up and mangled a bunch of his trees. And the guy over here, day after day, he's chopping away, and eventually his neighbor hears his neighbor's trees falling down. Boom! He runs over. Oh my goodness, how did you do that? You did all this. And he's looking at his mess. He just made a mess. But his neighbor, he got something done. And that's what it's like in life. So if you want to accomplish anything, you just got to stay focused. Don't be like this guy. Be like this one. This guy is a success. This guy, he hasn't figured out what success is. So we're talking about living a successful life, having successful faith, working in an area that you need to improve on until you've got it. And then still, you feel inside, I like this, a humble spirit. I've never arrived. I've always got work to do. I can always get better. But you realize that you can get to a new level, and it feels good, and that's a great experience. But when you get to that level, you got to realize there's another one, and you never give up. And then your awareness starts to grow and expand. And as your awareness of things grows and expands, then you have the opportunity to work on other parts of your life. So if you really believe that your body is the temple, then you would want to make constant improvements and even maintenance. Because if you're not making improvements, then you're falling behind. And that's what it was for the temple. They completely neglected the temple and it fell apart. And I don't want that to be you. Listen, I love you, but most of all, He loves you. Now go forth in His strength.